Disclaimer: the views, opinions, and insinuations made by the host or guests do not reflect those of the show, the management, and the network. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hello, hello everyone. Good afternoon. Buenas tardes a todos. Magandang hapon sa lahat. Maayong hapon sa tanan. To all my brothers and sisters in Islam, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh. And also, I would like to greet our special someone in from Life Coach Philippines. Of course, happy 50th birthday to our ever supportive Master Coach A from Life Coach Philippines. Ayan po. Thank you so much for being really so supportive to all of us in everything that we do. Thank you so much for guiding us and wishing you good health as you touch the lives of all the coaches in our tribe and the community. Ayan, so happy 50th birthday to you, Master Coach A. This is Life Coach Kalli, a CACC professional certified life coach from Life Coach Philippines, a mental model collector of the Learning Society, coaching entrepreneur, an educator for 14 years now, and currently serving as a school principal of Asia Academic School, Zamboanga City. And I am your educator's life coach who will continuously touch the lives of learners and fellow educators towards transformation. You are joining me today for PS I Love You. You are here in our new digital space, Think Talk Broadcast. Think Talk Broadcast is the community or the flagship community project of the speakers of Coaching Think Talk from Life Coach Philippines and members of Coach A Coaching Community. Our mission is to get closer to our kindred and serve better our coaching tribe. To envision being the go-to network for content that connects the mind, the heart, and the soul through the platform of a life coaching. This is us in the Philippines, advancing coaching as an art, a science, a lifestyle, a profession, and a business. And my one coaching thought for today, educators really influence learners towards transformation to become a good citizen of our nation. Today, we will meet an educator who really has the passion for his learners. And we will back shortly. Welcome back. Today is the 19th day of June, no, Sunday in the year 2022. And I am broadcasting beyond borders of Asia's Latin city, El Ciudad Latino de Asia, El Ciudad de Zamboanga, Zamboanga City. I would like to acknowledge all our fellow educators and coaches who are with us right now. Thank you so much for joining us tonight, this afternoon. And you're joining me for PS I Love You. This program is created to honor educators who touch the lives and made impact in the life of their learners and coaching conversation on the success story of learners that have been touched and greatly impacted by educators. At the end of the day, the learners now will pass on the baton of greatness to the next generation of learners. Today, my guest is streaming live from Bongao, Tawi-Tawi, no? Natin patagalin pa. Our guest is formerly the OIC Dean of College of Engineering of MIT Tawi-Tawi, a graduate of Bachelor of Science in Civil Engineering and Juris Doctor at Western Mindanao State University. Took up master's degree in public administration with academic distinction at MSU Tawi-Tawi and earned 48 units in his doctorate degree major in educational management at MIT Tawi-Tawi. Of course, our guest for this afternoon is a passionate educator and future lawyer who was an advocacy of really educating young learners from Bangsamoro Autonomous Region of Muslim Mindanao, or BARMM, and also Zamboanga Peninsula. Ayan, so Zamboanga Peninsula leaders. Yan yung ating mga, ito lang yung gusto niyang natin magapa. So, wag natin patagalin pa. Let's get to know his success story and the people who really influence his success in life. And you might be inspired and would say, P.S. I love you to the people who had great impact in your life now. Please do help me welcome Mr. Ibnohajar Binang, Juris Doctor. Ayan. Good afternoon, Sir Beans. Bati ka po sa ating mga viewers.
Hello, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for having me today. Thank you for having me this afternoon. Would like to congratulate your program because we have learned a lot from this.
Ayan. Thank you, Sir Beans. Ayan po. So, kamusta po ang inyong kamusta ang Sunday ni Sir Beans naman?
Oh, okay. Actually, this afternoon around 1 o'clock, when I was about to come to this program, there was a heavy rain in Tawi-Tawi. Then there was no internet connection. We would like to thank the DICT Tawi-Tawi who supposed to host me in that area. Then when I was informed that there was no internet connection that time during the heavy rain, therefore I decided to come to MIT, where I used to teach before, to have this connection. Then thanks God I have this good connection right now, and thank you so much for this opportunity.
You're welcome po. And very thankful umayon ang weather naman. Despite of those challenge na pagka yung net connection natin, no? Hindi natin sabihin natin na hindi naman ganun ka ayos, kano talaga yung ating net connection. But the thing is, right now, we're so lucky na kasama ka po namin, Sir Vince. And with that, of course, ay natin ang ating kwentuhan ngayong hapon, no? You came from Bongao, no? Currently, you're in Bongao. Can you tell us about Bongao, Tawi-Tawi, sir?
Actually, Bungao, Tawi-Tawi. Bungao is a capital town of Tawi-Tawi. We have actually 11 municipalities in Tawi-Tawi, but the capital town is Bungao. Bungao, you may visit Bungao. Actually, I can promote Bungao because this is a good place. Bungao is part of Tawi-Tawi, as I said. Then one of the most Tawi-Tawi is considered as one of the most peaceful provinces in the country, or in the region. Then Bungao, you can have by boat, by vessel to come to Bungao. 1,000 plus from you. If you have 1,300 pesos from Zamboanga City, you can come to Bungao. Then via vessel, and you can also come to Bungao via airplane. Then aside from that, just lately, at latest for now, from Cotabato to Tawi-Tawi, we have now a new flight. In fact, Monday and Thursday. Therefore, Bungao is really having a good airport. Bungao visitors, tourists are coming now to Bungao. In fact, yesterday, I went out in the morning. I could really see how businesses in Bungao are growing, or have been growing. Then, as well as the education in Bungao. If you don't mind, we have now different public schools in Bungao. We have these different colleges. especially private colleges. In fact, uh, in Bungao we have this two one one university which is the MSU and the other one is track, which is the college also. That we have now this good education in Bungao. That's why when you're saying we are coming from Bungao, you must also expect that we are educated people, especially in Simunul. I would like to mention Simunul. Simunul is one municipality, which is one of the nearest municipalities to Bungao, which is around 30 minutes ride or 1 hour ride via lancha. Lancha. Then this the people in Simulu actually they have also good education. Then there we have all different municipalities. 10 municipalities are coming to Bungao, which is the capital town, because we have good businesses here. We have good foods. If you want to come, I'll try to invite you to eat something, the seafoods in Bungao town. That's all I can say about Bungao.
Oo. Ang saya pala. Then, really no, na talagang, it's great to know po na Bonggao is really progressing, no? Especially in terms of education. And of course, right now, no, in terms of connectivity, ano na siya, hindi na siya kumbaga pa dati na mahirap abutin or mahirap connect, no? Right now, we have the ICT, no, in Bonggao na talagang there to support the people of Bonggao and the entire province of Tawi-Tawi para makakonect ang bawat isa sa online right now. Kasi nga, sobrang ano tayo ngayon, di ba? Nasa online na talaga nating buhay sa ngayon. Ayan po, of course, before po kayo naging ano no, before po kayo naging teacher naman, syempre naging estudyante rin po tayo. Can you tell us about your ano po, yung inyong experiences naman during your school days? College ba? Yung mga ganyan po. Sige po.
Let me start with the elementary days. You know what? When I was in elementary, I used to study not at that night. I was just only studying at what's the daytime actually. At night, I used to sleep well. Then we got these two people which inspired me to study more. One was that one advisor that I got, Ma'am Puno in grade 5, then Ma'am Kua in grade 6. These two people, when I was elementary, really inspired me. Why? Because they really disciplined us. They gave us good education. They tried to instill in us a good behavior. They tried to instill in us a good leadership while we were young, because these people really inspired me. Then, what I am now, these two people, these two great teachers in elementary really inspired me to become a good person. Then, when I was in elementary, I tried to become a good leader. I used to become a class president of the class. Then, when I went to high school at MSU Preparatory High School, Mindanao State University, this is Mindanao State University Preparatory High School, where is also in downtown, you can see. This is a good school in Tawi-Tawi, in Bungao. Then, you know what? When I was at high school, actually, I was the person who not to talk much before. I love to stay just when when I am in the city position. I just want to stay, then try to read something, try to not talk much. But when I went to high school, where this school is full of student leadership, because the student body, which was the SSG, the Supreme Student Government, then I could really see in this school that to become also a good person here, you must be part of this student body. Why? Because in this high school, you can really see how students helping their teachers, their schoolmates, through what to assisting them in what to do during programs. You know what? When we were high school, we love to watch program, right? We love to do something which are good or were good for the students, right? When we were high school, then when I was in the first year, actually, uh, I just did not talk much, but I used to help inside the classroom. I used to sweep inside the classroom. Then, before the teacher came to the classroom, I used to sit before the teachers, all the teachers, before all my classmates came to the classroom. I used to sweep first the classroom because I did believe that when you have good environment, when you have good classroom, that everything is well conducive. Then
Ayan, so talagang, ayan, medyo na lang po ata yung ating
students
connection.
can learn. Then
Yeah.
this saw me that something in me that I used to part of the class. Then in second year, they voted me as the class president. Then still, I was studying also. Then thanks God, we were at the top of the class before. In second year,
Ayan, medyo lang po ata ang ating net connection sa side ni Sir Beans. Ayan po. So, hintayin lang po natin ng konti, Sir Beans. Ayan po. So, talagang, ano no, yung sabihin natin na, ayan, babalik Sir Beans.
okay,
Okay po.
okay.
Wala lang po.
Then,
Sige, go po.
since I was high school, I really believe that we not only must to participate in academic performances. We have to also participate in what in student body organization. Then, I became the the class president, and then I became third year. I became the vice president of the SST Supreme Student Government, as well as when I reached high school, fourth year high school, then I became the student body president. Then, in my belief that we have to do something not only in academic performance, we have to do something for the good of all through good leadership. Then, siyempre before hindi maiwasan, pag, pag student leader ka, na marami kang kaibigan. Then, kung minsan, marami tayong crush, di ba? Nagka-crush din tayo sa mga ibang tao, correct? Di ba? Then may
Yeah.
iwasan. That is, di ba kaya may kanta, high school life, kaya nga may mga, because talagang high school life is still the best for me. Alam mo naman, pag high school life, nandyan ang first booming of a person, of one person to see the real world. Then, yon, you can really see how, yung life sa high school. Ganun ang naging high school life ko.
Talagang ano, no, born to be student leader talaga po tayo, no. Since being student leader po tayo, no, what was the value of being a student leader?
What is good in student leadership that you are not only helping yourself or ourselves, we can transform the good ideas to the other students. We can be served as an inspiration because you know what, Sir Al, Coach Al, it's seldom to find a good student leader. I, I have been believing on that because when you have these good student leaders, then these student leaders will become the inspiration of the other students. Then, because as a person, if someone can see in that person that he is good in leading other people and helping other people, they might have to think also, I should be like this. I should be like this person. I should have to follow him. That's why we have to very cautious about leading the students, because everything that students can see to the leaders, to the student leaders, there are chances of their following this. Then, when you can have to let them see good leadership, therefore, these students or schoolmates or other students from the community will always follow, or most of them will follow us. That is why it's very important to show good student leadership while we are still in high school, or we're still in high school.
Talagang being a good a student leader, talagang we should be a role model, no? Role model towards our peers, no? Most especially in school, may mga sabihin natin na kabataan din na talagang they're looking up at us being a student
Yes,
leader.
yes.
And so we need to really be a role model to them naman. So as you journey with your as you journey with your career, and also um being a student leader, how was it po? Was there someone that really motivated you until right now that to do it? Was there anyone?
Yes, actually, because firstly, we can really see from our professors, right? Professors or teachers are also leaders. And we can also see our politicians, right? Then, as I have seen when I was high school, I could really have admired this person, Professor Kahal among the principal, because he was really showing us good leadership, being the principal, help the students. In fact, I was one of the beneficiaries. When I was still in high school, I got a problem of in terms of money. Then you know what I did used to do in the morning. I went to the principal's house, then to something to get to eat. Then he served me a lot of this. That is why until now I cannot really forget him as the principal of this Mindanao State University Preparatory High School. Of course, other teachers of ours were also really helping me in terms of money and some other forms of just to uplift me up as their student, so that they believe that in the future they have that belief in me that someday I'll be finishing my studies. Uh, when we were in high school, that I experienced this kind of good teachers, good instructors to help me, and other good friends also, good classmates as well as.
Yeah. So despite of those challenges, you made it right now, di ba? Andito po kayo sa harapan natin ngayon, and of course, you would like also to thank those people, no, na um, tumulong, tumulong in facing those
Yes.
challenges that come your way, no, in that particular period of time. So currently po, since you're doing your things of being a teacher, who's that particular person who really, until now, supporting you towards achieving those things?
I would like to mention this person because this person actually I admired him so much because every time I used to post something, he commented a positive comment that boosted my what, my confidence. Then because as a person we cannot really escape from this failure, right, from this challenge, from challenges. Then when I encounter some challenges, then he tried to give feedback on me instead of depriving me. instead of saying no, do not continue that, but he did used to do that. You can continue your dream because that is your dream, and your dream will be possible. Then, thanks God, some of my dreams went realized because of this person. He's actually Dr. Abdulmar J. Sadalani. This person, until now, you see, before this, if you have seen his comment on our radio now, on our program right now, I'm so sorry, I don't, about our program right now. Actually, he commented a positive comments, which always tried to boost my confidence. Will try to work more. Try to believe in me because sometimes we'll also doubt ourselves, right? Because of the situation. But this person, oh, Professor Binang, you have to continue your dream because your dream is true. Your dream is possible. That until now, I have to think this. I have to thank this person from the bottom of my heart because he used to advise me. He used to give me some lessons, lectures. In fact, just a few days ago, he sent me a book. Can you imagine? Without asking from this good person, he sent me a book. How? I was, in fact, very happy. Someone has sent to someone that will be always be remembered. Because before, I love also, during graduation, I love to give a gift to the graduate. I used to give them book. I used to give them Nobel because in my belief, if I'll give money to this person, there's a possibility this money will what? Will just fly away. Unlike this book, this a good novel or anything that can be read, can be watched for many times, then this will be as if that these graduates can use throughout their lives. Thank you very much, Dr. Sadalani. You are such a good and kind-hearted person. I owe you a lot. All my dreams, you always supported, despite we can escape from these other people who don't believe also in us. But what is good in life, as I have observed in life, even though many people don't really admire you, but as long as there's one person will admire you, you can keep your what still you can keep your confidence going higher because of one person. That is why if we have good friend, even as only one friend, you have to treasure that friend, or that you have to treasure friendship from that friend. Why? Because that will always boost the confidence of of everyone, especially me. I really have observed in my life, even other people sometimes that like me, if I have still one good person to support me, still I kept on trying my best to be a good person, to be a good educator, to be a good a student leader, as always I used to do.
Ayan. So, talagang super ano 'no, number one ano, sabihin natin super fan natin si Doc Sadalani naman. Sobra siyang ka-supportive sa ating guest today 'no, kay Sir Beans. Thank you so much for that, Doc Sadalani 'no, na, for really inspiring, Sir Beans to be with us ano. Kaya nandito siya ngayon sa ating show, nandito siya ngayon sa ating ano, to share the story na talagang being an educator, that the typical, you need to go teaching and ano no, to school, but of course you need to touch the lives of people. You need to touch the lives of those students. Like what you said earlier, sir, that you gave books instead of money to our graduates, because that's a long lasting and long lasting learnings that you could get from the book. right? But sir, before you go for a break, no, I would like to have this question to you naman na as to the guest question that in terms of decision making naman or there are in all the decisions that you made in life, how are you being influenced by Doc Delaney? So sir, pakisagot lang po yan sa ating pagbabalik after the break po. We just have a short break and you can hydrate po muna. See you in a while po.
As a business owner, are you overwhelmed by the need to post beautiful, engaging content every single day? Are you left wondering what to write? Tired of scrolling through stock photos that all start to look the same? Confused by complicated graphic design programs? Rise Up Creatives is here to help. Each month, we give you everything you need to create 31 days of social media content in just 5 minutes a day. Customizable captions, curated lifestyle photos, a drag-and-drop graphic design tool, and the ability to post directly to your social media accounts. No one else empowers you with these 4 resources all in one place. Each month, we help you plan your social media calendar by providing you with 31 image themes and customizable captions so you can quickly and easily create engaging content and grow your following. Simply select the image that works best for your feed or story. Then, copy the caption and customize it to fit your audience. 5 minutes a day. It's that quick. Plus, you'll absolutely love our drag-and-drop graphic design tool. Start from scratch or choose one of our beautiful templates to fit your unique brand. When you're ready to export your design, you can download, email, or post directly to your social media accounts. Here's the truth. Our world needs what you have to offer. Don't let technology or procrastination hold you back. Rise Up Creatives is more than an online resource. We're a community helping you overcome your biggest barriers to reach your greatest goals. We're here to help you rise up and be creative.
And we are back for the second part of our 10th broadcast of PS I Love You, brought to you by Cup Coffee Republic, the coaching hub of Life Coach Philippines, and our home as professional certified CACC life coaches. Meet our coaching tribe at Cup Coffee Republic, located at Pioneer Center Compound along Pioneer Road Corner, Brixton and United Church Capitolio, Pasig City. We are open from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. Saturday to Thursday. Our coaching hub is also an event place and venue of choice for an intimate gathering. Connect with Coach Rizal at 017-586-1661 for inquiry and reservation. And also starting June 1, face-to-face daily event is back at the Coffee Republic. We invite you to join Comfy Sunday, Sundays for Life with Coach Sean, Nurturing Monday, Walk Along with Coach Tin, Purpose Tuesday, Away in a Day with Coach Rizal, Groove Wednesday, it's all about habits with Master Coach Asmin, Strengthening Thursday, Coaching for the Soul with Master Coach A, and Fab Saturday Open Mic with Coach Orville. And of course, I'd like to invite again to join Sundays for Live with Coach Sean tonight. Ayan, so Sunday po siya. Bambo natin mamayang gabi sa The Cup Coffee Republic. And of course, I would like to personally invite you to become a holder of B Learning e-card and join me inside B Learning Society as one of the mental model collectors. No, enjoy a food and beverage discount from the Coffee Republic and full access pass to the monthly mental model masterclass of Master Coach A, exclusively for B Learning Society members. Plus, the benefit from having the 90-minute free coaching session with senior coaches from Life Coach Philippines. Save the date on June 26 at 7:30 p.m. for Knowledge Mining Mental Model Masterclass and learn how to navigate through the platinum age of knowledge for growth and profit. You will also discover how to productively mine for knowledge by mastering two powerful skills. And as a bonus, this mental model masterclass will feature research hacks that will truly benefit both the lifelong learners and the students of today. Ayan, so Think Talk broadcast is powered also by Rise Up Creatives Worldwide, your social commerce turnkey solution provider in the new digital landscape. Visit www.riseupcreatives.com to learn the benefits of lifetime members like me, which includes the ability to create valuable and engaging social media content with original lifestyle photos in just 5 minutes. Yes, in just 5 minutes. And rise up and be creative now. And so let's welcome back our guest for today, Sir Ibnohajar Binang. Ayan, so welcome back, sir. Ayan po. So, ang naiwan po nating katanungan kanina bago tayo nag-break, no? In all your decisions you made in life, how are you being influenced by Doc Sadalani?
Uh, I got decisions in life. Sometimes in our lives, we have to decide something that will benefit others. Even sometimes we forget ourselves. Why? Because when you're going to decide something for the benefit of others, you can really sacrifice ourselves. Because, for example, when you want to become a leader, for example, when you have a dream of becoming a leader, not only in leading the people to other good things, for example, also in education, because the moment you engage in something that is so deep in terms of thinking, because our mind is also being what stressed out, will become stressful person if we have to decide something, whether it's having a critical decision, having leading the people in terms of different areas of having good leadership, having good education to the other people. For example, I in myself, I used to teach the students. I used to have tutorial classes. I have to have my PhD classes. I have to teach in masteral classes. Then what will happen to me? Of course, what will happen to my mind is will become of thinking so many things. Thinking at night, you cannot sleep well because of this. Then someone also will ask for your good opinions. Then what will happen to us will becomes what's this? We have to think more things instead of concentrating in ourselves. We'll forget that sometimes or many times in myself. But because someone could really try to appreciate your work, your your little thing, your aspirations, then these stressful nights, these sleepless nights, this or tiredness, you will forget. That is why there must be at least one person to inspire us. Then I can really try to tell the whole world now, the all fans of Think Talk broadcast, especially to you, to Sir Al, Coach Al. Thank you very much for this opportunity because I can
Welcome.
really say something to the whole world that a person must have at least one person to believe because except God, aside from talking about religion, as human being, at least one person who believes in you, then you can surpass everything. You can overcome everything. That is why if you have a good friend, value that friend, value the friendship because that good friend will really turn that sleepless nights, your tiredness into a good notion in your life. That is why I myself right now, despite I got different challenges in my life, but because of Dr. Sabdalani, used to believe in me during my during my law school days. He used to believe in me during my teaching, past teaching. He used to believe in me. Every time I wrote poem, I wrote speeches, then he always gave positive comments. Then what happened to me when I read his comments or his words, then it really went to my heart that oh, I have to pursue because there's still someone to believe. Thank you so much, Dr. Sabdalani. Keep that up. Keep inspiring me. Keep influencing me because your influence will not be wasted. I will do my best just to let you know that your influence is always okay for me. Then thank you very much.
And so in terms of decision making, no, so parang it really boosts up your confidence level because there is one person, no, there's one person who really believe in you, and in the person of Doc Sadalani, you know, he's there to support you in all the things that you're doing, and the decisions that you need to make, you know. Um, Doc Sadalani is there, and we call it as in ano kasi in life coach Philippines we call it as our number one or our super fan, no? Baga yung number one person that really um, believes in you, no? In all the things that you're doing. Ayan. So since ito yung ito natin ano no, you could really talk to Sir Doc Sadalani right now. Is there anything that you'd like to tell Doc Sadalani?
Doc Sabdalani, you are a good person. I could really have seen, I could have really have observed the way you treated me, the way you treated our friends, other people. It's just you have been showing a goodness to us. In fact, if you don't mind, you are one of a kind in my life because it's hard to do things when no one believed or no one believes in us. But because of you, you really inspired me. Thank you for everything. Thank you for all the talks that we have. Thank you for the suggestions. Thank you for inspiring me to do things more. Because I knew that you have that belief in me that if I'm doing this, if I do something, I'll be always doing this not only for myself, but for other people. Sometimes I used to forget myself because of other people in terms of, as I said, of leadership, in terms of educating people. Then, thank you very much. See you soon because you are now in Zamboanga City. I'm now in Bungao, but this June 21, I'll be proceeding to Zamboanga City. And he told me that if I'll be in Zamboanga City, he will again take me to some place to take a coffee break because he loved to talk with me. And of course, I too. Because when we talk something that we get for the beautiful things to do in the future. As always, thank you very much, Dr. Sadalani.
Yan. So talaga no, balik na sa Buanga, ano siya, banding moment with Doc Sadalain naman, no. So sir, if we ask you from, yung siyempre, in your lives during right now, you have, we've asked you last time that the three valuable pictures in your life right now. And let's see, no, yung three valuable pictures that you have in life right now. Let's take a look at number one and tell us about it.
When I sent the picture, okay, this one. Oh, you know what? This one, I lectured something about a thesis which was to do. The title of the thesis was about the makers of makers' perception of the mat weaving and boat building, especially in Tawi-Tawi. Then the Wemsu Chad Barm assigned to us to give lectures on this one. Then I entered in a classroom. I asked a professor from a classroom to give me time just for 15 minutes. Actually, they were not my students. I just asked permission from one professor just to do this teaching because the Wemsu Chad Barn would like to have a proof that I was able to teach the students about the importance, about the perception of having the mat weaving, the baloy in Tausug, and boat building, especially making the lancha, the vessel, the wooden vessel, right? Then I was explaining to them the importance of this, the perception of the makers, or shall we say, cultural experts. Then, because I asked this the makers who used to do the mat weaving and the boat building. I asked about this. What's the import? What can you say about this? They told me that, oh, now we got a little problem about mat weaving because some of the young ones do not anymore like to weave what this baloy, the mat weaving, then they do not want anymore to continue this tradition of having this culture. Then about boat building also, I got surprised. In boat building, I explained to them that only elementary graduate or the helpers, they do not have good education, but they can build this big wooden vessel, this lancha. I think you have seen a big lancha going from Zamboanga to Holo, going from Bungao to Zamboanga, from Zamboanga to Bungao. If you have seen that, then only these not so much educated persons, but they were able to do these things. I told them we have to give importance to this. That's why I really uh, took this time to give you this picture because this is very important. This talks about the tradition in culture of the Tawi-Tawians from Tawi-Tawi because Tawi-Tawians are loving people, peace-loving people. Tawi-Tawians, they used to build this boat building. They used to do mat weaving, which is world class In fact, other countries like Malaysia, they used to buy this boat, the lancha, the wooden vessel from Tawi-Tawi. And of course, Tawi-Tawian businessmen, they are also buying this because this wooden vessel, the bigger lancha, as you can see, this is good for business. Then keeping also the culture and tradition of the Tawi-Tawians, and also the mat weaving. If you can see the different colors, the beautiful colors, I really explained to them because I told them this is very important. This is preserving the culture and tradition, as well as we can also earn from this one. In fact, as I said, the wooden lancha is now has been being used as business for the Tawi-Tawi. Tawi-Tawi now is having good business because of his wooden lancha from different places to the Bungao Tawi-Tawi or to the different 11 municipalities.
So they're now using it for
Next.
mobilization, no? They're not you're
Yes.
using it for mobilization in Tawi-Tawi. Ayan. So let's take a look at the second picture.
Okay. I got some teaching reflection here. But the teaching reflection here, it is very much important to emphasize what we are teaching. That's why I was really acting like that and like that. Why? Because every time I taught my students, I have to give emphasis. Why? Because the way you talk, the way you give gestures to your students, the moment the students will feel what you're teaching all about, then I really love that kind of hand of mine. Of course, when I posted this one in an FB, actually, someone or many of my friends gave good comments on this one. Gave good comments. And as you can see, one of the students, I let her explain something about my lecture, then she was able to do that also. Therefore, if we are instructing something to the students, we have to give our effort. We have to give everything because today is different from tomorrow. Today is different from yesterday. That's why you have to do things just right now. In fact, actually, what we are doing right now, this will not happen again. Maybe this will happen again in other form of talk, in other form of discussion. That's why thank you very much for having me.
So that the picture really shows that no, yung the passionate, no, the passion of being an educator, and really, no, putting emphasis on things that um those students would really learn from you, and creating an interactive environment, no, in your classes. Yun po naman yung talagang dito sa ating second picture. So let's have the third picture po. Ayan. Sir Beans? Ayan, medyo nag-disconnect lang na si Sir Beans. Ayan po. So talagang being an educator is not really that you're just teaching from the book. But of course, you need also to make sure, no, to do something that really yung ating life naman, to create an environment that is really interactive for our students. For our students to learn from us better. Sige, sir. Let's have the third picture.
Okay, there was a story behind this picture. Last week of May, I went to Zamboanga City. One of my purpose that, as I told you, I wanted to be part of this university. Actually, to be honest, then of course, these two girls, young ladies, were my students in STI. Actually, they were my students in STI. Then, when I saw them, I was not very excited. OMG, I said. You see, because an instructor is very happy if he can see the students of him is now fulfilling something. Like these two students, I gave them my phone and to take that because I'm not good in having the selfie. I'm not good. Oh, I used to give to other people every time and having the selfie. I used to give to the other people just to take the picture, the photo, because I'm not really good on that, to be honest. Then you see how we smile because I was that day I was really satisfied. OMG. Really education will really transform the people, really transform everything, will transform the heart of a person. Just like me that day, I was very happy seeing my students having graduated in one of the best universities in the country,
Yeah.
which is the Western Mindanao State University, where I garnered my two courses, the Bachelor of Science in Civil Engineering and my Juris Doctor. I used to be happy with this institution. I used to be happy with the STI because I was teaching there and seeing my students. In fact, Sir Al, Coach Al, or some of our students were cum laude. Yes, they got
Yeah.
some good grades. They got good education at Western Mindanao State University. Of course, proud from STI. I could not stop myself having the photo with them just to show to them that I'm their proud instructor as always.
Yeah, no. Really grateful no na to see our students no na nagtapos. And I presume that they are your senior high school students, right? Before in
Yes,
STI,
yes, yes,
before you're the
yes,
senior high school student. Really glad na to really see them, no? Graduated with Latin honors, no? Sabihin natin na
yes.
nagtapos sa kanilang mga degree na merong Latin honors, diba? So talagang to all our graduates, thank you so much and congratulations. And really, good luck on the journey of life being a professional uh, people right now. Ayan po. So these are your three treasured pictures, no? And really, we really learn from it. And of course, as we learn from you, sir, we also have a special message for you coming from Doc Sadalani. Ayan. Let's have the message of Doc for you.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh. It is such a privilege to have been considered as one of the influencers of probably the most influential persons in our times. By giving me an honor to say something about his adherences and inclinations before millions of his friends and followers is appreciated with so much pride. Professor Binang is a great friend and a former colleague at the Mahardika Institute of Technology Graduate School, with whom I shared countless moments, mainly on the account of discussing anything about education and its foundations as a vehicle to inspire the people, specifically the youth, in nation building. It was Valentin who identifies life as something that is not always as easy as we think. Be that as it may, Professor Binang's words of wisdom offers suggestions of how life should be imbued. As a follower of him, I have come across into his thousands of literary poems and articles, which were also written in newspapers and journals and delivered in his various speeches, lectures, sermons, and addresses. These intellectual creations as a mode of expressing his delightful sense of humor won him a legions of virtual students and friends. Persons who ignore him risk of not being able to obtain a real life lessons. With that, tammat wallahu alam. God knows best. Thank you very much.
Yeah, so thank you so much, no, Doc Abdul Marsa Dalani, for your message to our guest this afternoon. And of course, um, I think Sir Beans have to say with regard to the message of Doc Sadalani.
It was a heartwarming message from him because as influencer as he is, he has been my influencer. I could really say that I was touched because can you imagine that in times of in times of when I was that a little bit down, he used to tell me about something that inspired me, that let my life to go on and on, to move on, moving on. Then my good friend, as I used to say, that thank you very much. Thank you for everything. Maybe I cannot pay you in terms of money, but I will try my best to pay you in terms of good company because nothing beats the good companionship.
Yan. So talaga ano, na-build talaga sabi natin na good relationship naman between you and Doc Sadalani. Sir, before we close our program this afternoon, can we have a message from you to all our learners and of course fellow educators out there like you na really really there to serve our learners. Your message po for them naman.
Everyone, actually, I have been considering myself as true educator. When I was in high school, I have to give tutorial classes to the students, free tutorial classes to the students. Then, because I did believe that every time you can teach a person, then that person will learn from you. Then after learning from you, that person will teach the other person that the value of teaching, the value of learning will be multiplying that we cannot anymore count on. Then when I was in college, I used to be, despite I was having the course of Bachelor of Science in Civil Engineering, but in the boarding house, I used to teach mostly all the boarders in mathematics. What happened? You know what? In a boarding house, since I didn't have that much money to buy foods, to buy everything, then I used to teach them for free in mathematics usually, and even in other subjects. Then, in time of having the lunch, the dinner, in a way of paying back to me, what they did is to invite me in having the dinner, in having the lunch, in having the breakfast. Therefore, yes, without paying me in terms of money, but they paid me in terms of eating, in terms of having the breakfast, and other good words that you say you are good, you are really a good person. They told me. Then, because every time I taught the students, not only I can learn, but also I have transformed something. I have done a little thing to everyone's life. Then, after finishing my Bachelor of Science in Civil Engineering, I decided not to work in a construction. I decided going back to Tawi-Tawi. Then I was teaching. I was teaching for 6 years in two schools. I was teaching at MIT, the Mahardika Institute of Technology, and the other school for 1.5 years also, the Tawi-Tawi School with Wi-Fi. I was teaching different subjects. I was teaching especially mathematics and physics. Then, through teaching, that I was able to share a little idea that I got in my life, because every time I taught the students, I got that satisfaction. Even sometimes they were not paying me. It's okay for me. Why? Because I found happiness in teaching. Just to share with you before I proceed to the other message. In fact, we must value much teaching. You know, in Japan, there was one high school student in Japan. Then there was a train in Japan who's supposed to be what? Not anymore in what? In operation. They have to close the operation because this train, if I'm not mistaken, that it's an old train. Then before closing the operation of the train, you know what happened? They knew one student, only one student. They knew one student, high school student, needed this train for 3 years. For 3 years, for her to get from home to the classroom using the train, because the train was used to let the students ride on the train for almost many years. But because of there's a need to stop the operation, they needed to stop the operation. But because of this one student only, this train from Japan was used to operate for 3 years, just to let the student to ride in a train for 3 years. Then, what's the moral lesson here? In Japan, they really valued education. In fact, as you have seen right now, Japan is really booming in terms of education. What we have to do now, every student in the country, in the Philippines particularly, we have to give much effort in teaching them. Like in Singapore, they will really try to find even a single person who doesn't know how to write, who doesn't know how to read. And we would like to call everyone to teach our countrymen in a way that we can do. For example, if you can do only to teach one, you do that. If you can teach only two, you do that. No need for teaching all of us. Then, again, the moral lesson in Japan, we have to value education. I can see that in myself. I used to value education. I did not only teach, I kept on studying, because I believe the more you study, the more you become a good person, the more you become a good influencer, the more you become an inspiration to others. That's why I used to educate myself. Then, you know what? Till now, students used to come to our house to ask some modules to answer. Then I really tried my best to do that. Sometimes they offered me some tips, it's okay. Sometimes they forgot to give me some tips, it's okay. Because it is very important to teach students. And as educator also, not by teaching, not only by earning, I can also learn from students, from the modules I have answered. I have learned from those modules. In fact, I answered different questions, not only mathematics, but including English, science, and other subjects. Therefore, do not underestimate me when you talk about, for example, other subjects, because I've read that subject, I've answered that subject, I researched that subject. The point is here, keep learning. Keep learning if you can in different things. Why? Because sometimes life not only can be good in one situation. Like Sir Al, the Coach Al, you see Coach Al, he can share different things. He can be like this and think of broadcast. He can be in teaching. He can be in explaining because Coach Al, if you don't mind, our mentor also at STI Zamboanga City, he used to teach us, especially in terms of technology. Then that is why just a while ago I was asking about how to do this StreamYard. StreamYarding. He was able to teach me. Then I learned. Just now I learned about this one. I was able to talk. Now I'm talking to you because of Sir Al. I actually I love to in the DICT because I wanted someone to teach me about this StreamYarding. But because of you, just a little bit of conversation, you were able to do that. Thank you so much, Coach Al. Because that is importance of learning. The idea there, if you don't know, you have to ask. Because we do not know everything. If you are cum laude, magna cum laude, summa cum laude, it doesn't mean you know everything. No. Maybe you are good in mathematics, but you are not good in English. Maybe you are good in English, but you are not good in technology and having the stream yarding. But because of this opportunity, I learned now having the stream yarding. I will recommend to my friend if they want to talk to me, we can do this platform, right? Thank you so much, Sir Al. Then
Welcome.
in as a whole of my speech message to everyone, keep learning. Learn as much as you can. Do not limit the knowledge that you have. Because as I said, sometimes in life, like in pandemic, can you imagine if you just know how to do mathematics, you don't know how to cultivate soil,
And so learning is really a
know
continuous
how
process.
to plant seeds, be alive of that. Will you be alive of the numbers? No. But you, in other words, let us learn basic thing. For example, you know only mathematics. Try to learn a little English. Why? Because the more you know a little English, when you explain the lecture that you have using mathematics, that idea of solving problem can be transferred easily. But if you don't know a little English, then that's why students can be hard of learning what? Of learning mathematics. That's an STI, the learning was having so much fun because we explained in different techniques just to let the students know how to learn mathematics, how to learn science. As I said, we have to learn the basic thing. For example, in what? In languages or in dialects. If you cannot be fluent in Chabacano, try to learn just like Buenos dias a todos, just to learn some greetings, just to learn a little conversation. Though your, for example, your language to be learned not much that you are fluent, what is important you can communicate. Because, for example, in the Philippines, if you don't have lots of ideas, you can be lost in the Philippines. But for example, if you have different ideas, you can speak different languages. You can go to Cebu, a little Bisaya, and Manday. And Samana, that's good on because the moment you have this communication to them that they can understand, the moment the closeness, yung the closeness, the good relationship will happen. In fact, just recently it happened to me in my life a little bit challenge in my life. You know what I did? I used my talent in speaking this dialect. Then we were able to sleep in the house. These people in the house allowed us to sleep by just having what? This talent and having this communication in their dialect. By having the talent of good relationship. If you don't have good relationship, it's hard to live. Why? Because people will get out from you. Unlike you have this good relationship, a little communication in their dialects, that's enough. You need to learn everything also, but at least you know the basic. Therefore, education is very important. Do not say this. You will say this. Oh, you see them. They have finished the education, but they have not landed the job. Do not question landing the job and having the education. No. Landing the job is different from having the knowledge. Landing the job is just for livelihood. But having the knowledge about the icebergs that you have known, you can only see the tip just small, but the beneath that under the water is very strong foundation. You have to do that. Therefore, to our valued listeners, to everyone listening talk broadcast, keep on learning, share your ideas, and of course, be a good person. Again, another word now. Hashtag be a good person. Nothing can beat of being a good person. A good person, wherever you go, people will always love you. People will always let you stay in their home, in their life, even in confidential matters. Again, lastly, be a good person above all. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sir Beans, for the words of wisdom, for sharing your stories to us. Thank you so much for really imparting us your time right now. No, we really learned from you. No, we learned a lot from you with regards in our conversation today. Thank you so much for sharing your story. Doc, talagang sobrang namin, sobrang natuto kami from you. Thank you so much po. And see you po in a while sa ating backstage. Ayan, so to Sir Beans and of course Doc Sadalani, thank you so much for giving us your time this afternoon to being with us in our show for PS I Love You. We've learned a lot from you guys and looking forward to those people or those people would really be seeing our videos right now could also learn from us. And of course, learning is really a continuous process, and we need to really learn from the people that we knew and those people that we might knew in the future. That's really an about, because learning is really a continuous process. So with this, I would like to really thank everyone. No, thank you for supporting PS I Love You. And whether you are joining us live or watching us on a replay, please do leave a comment and share insights. Circulate the link of this video and don't keep as a secret. And of course, if you are interested to embark on a journey of becoming a professional certified life coach like me, Master Coach A offers co-actively co-create life coach certification program. And my dear fellow educators, it has now a 40 credit units, or it has now a CPD accreditation and 40 credit units. Because life coaching is a 21st century learning experience that is empowering professionals to enhance their skills in multiple domains, thereby increasing the relevance and increasing the complex workplace and dynamic business environment. CACC course includes a 21-day, of course, I don't know, learning for all of us. And of course, 2-day live face-to-face coaching bootcamp with Master Coach A and a 3-day live virtual business bootcamp with our senior coaching team. The program package also comes with Done For You coaching programs and many other bonuses to connect now with Coach Rosel at 017-586-1661 to discover the opportunities waiting for you in the second fastest growing industry in the world today, and mark your calendar for June 18 and 25 for the face-to-face live coach certification class in the function at the function hall of the Cup Coffee Republic. And of course, I would like to personally invite everyone, or invite you to watch the other shows hosted here at Think Talk Broadcast. Please follow, subscribe, and engage in our social media accounts at Think Talk _ TV at Twitter and Instagram, and Think Talk Broadcast on YouTube, and give us your review. For partnership and collaboration, please connect with Coach Giselle at 017-586-1661. And of course, I would like to see you all in our next episode on June 26, our 11th episode for Season 1 of PS I Love You, live na live here at Think Talk Broadcast. This is us in the Philippines, broadcasting beyond borders and advancing life coaching worldwide. Love bam boom, love bam boom, love bam boom. Coaches like us think and talk like this. Thank you so much, everyone. Happy Sunday, and see you all next week. Bye-bye.